That is what Nnan can stand for, and that's not for it. Nnan can say any day he shifts from this particular position, we should fight against him. We're not going to fight against him. We'll address him and advise him. So we are saying today, we stand by the truth. All those people that are fighting against Biafra, why they are in IPOB, whether you're under security, whether you're in IPOB, whether you're under the elders, whichever way you are, to go to Gadiama. Brunya Patwana and now to go to Gadiama. You do Pupoyan and now to go to Gadiama. Would you take care of Habatibuquayo? I don't have a Tibuquayo. Please be about Tibuquayo. I'm Tibuquayo.
Yes. Wanna welcome. Retweet. Okay. You are welcome this evening as we expect our Prime Minister.
Because what I am saying, Honorable Manyamini, our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left.
Biafrans all over the world, welcome to this wonderful live space this evening from my end. On this day, the 7th day of August 2023. And it has become imperative for us to discuss the solidarity of the Biafra people with other African revolutionary leaders, those who have risen up against their oppressors, those who have risen up to say enough is enough, those who have summoned the courage to confront the enemy. The Biafra people are going through the same thing. And it is for the interest of the African people that we throw our weight and support behind every African nation that wants freedom from the colonies. I want everybody to understand this evening that the liberation of Biafra is in a top gear. And we have crossed the Rubicon. There is no going back. Welcome every one of you, media, ladies and gentlemen of the press. I welcome lovers of freedom. I welcome those friends of Biafra. I welcome the good people of conscience, those who just want to listen to what I'm about to say this evening. I welcome all of you. What we are fighting for is the liberation of Biafra people. What we are fighting for is the independent state of Biafra. And in the fight for the independent state of Biafra, we are using multi-dimensional approach. We are already in the guerrilla warfare. We are also fighting for the liberation of Biafra through political means. We are also fighting for the liberation of Biafra diplomatically. So it is a multi-faced approach, a multi-dimensional approach that we're using to liberate Biafra from the bondage of the British and the evil entity created by British called Nigeria. For only their own benefit, for the benefit of British, nothing else. While you die in poverty in Nigeria, they are building underground railway in the United Kingdom. While you die in poverty, they steal and they return it in the name of aid to Nigeria. And you have stupid, criminal and corrupt pot-belly leaders who only have nothing to offer other than to aid and abate the exploitation of our natural resources. And in return, they turn us into slaves. So Biafra people, understanding the predicament of other African countries that have risen up against these giant enemies in their front, we are throwing our support behind Niger Republic. We are throwing our support behind Mali. We are throwing our support behind Burkina Faso. And any military invasion of Niger Republic, Biafra people will fight Nigeria from the east. We've made that point very clear. It is to our own advantage. And for those ignorant Nigerians who were making comments about the video message we sent to these African countries, assuring them our readiness to fight shoulder to shoulder with them. Some of them say, oh, do you know, he doesn't even know that Niger State is Fulani. Oh, now you agree that Fulani is a problem. But these are the people who tell you every time there is nothing like Fulani. Now they are reminding you, Simon Ekpa don't even know that Niger Republic is Fulani. We know. I want you to know one thing. These are the people who don't understand what in history is all about. They tell you how they joined hands to fight Biafra during the war. Oh yes, the same thing. Wasn't Ambazonia part of it? Today, are we not in alliance with Ambazonia? The answer is yes. Niger Republic is Fulani. And so what? Anybody that is enemy of Nigeria is our friend.
That is the way it is.
Except they don't welcome our gesture. It's a different thing. Anybody that has anything to do to destroy Nigeria automatically becomes the friends of Biafra. That is the way it is. It is Biafra first before anything. So those of ignorant, illiterate Nigerians who were making mockery of themselves by claiming that Simon Ekpa doesn't even know that Niger Republic is Fulani. Who told you that Niger Republic is Fulani? There are remnants of Fulani in Niger Republic. There is no doubt about that. And that's why the Northern Nigeria is against the military Nigeria military involvement in Niger Republic. We know all that. But for the fact that Nigeria is going to send military there and they are going to fight against Nigeria, we will fight with them. I want all of you to understand that for you to be a freedom fighter, you must know history. You are not going to do what other people do because your own case is very peculiar and different. But let me draw your memory back to South Africa. And the history is repeating itself in Biafra story today because you have smart people like us piloting the affair of the Biafra liberation. Back in the days in South Africa, Mandela had an agreement, built a very strong alliance with Gaddafi of Libya. I would say with Libya, with Cuba, and with Palestine. Palestine, Arafat of Palestine. These are the three nations that supported Mandela. Some of you don't know that. These three countries were the enemy of the West and the enemy of America. But you see all this Umuaban shit today. Those that didn't go to school and those that managed to go to school, they don't study, they don't read their books. They don't even know anything about history. They will tell you, I'm not interested in history. I'm a chemical engineer. Let me go and pass my exam. They don't want to learn about the world they live in. They don't want to learn anything about their surroundings. They don't want to know anything about history. And that is why Nigeria is nosediving, and they are nosediving with Nigeria today. Some of them have died and died for nothing because they don't know history of Nigeria. When you want to tell them history, they would say, I am looking for Yahoo Yahoo. because these are stupid and ignorant fools. So, Mandela had an alliance with Arafat. Arafat was the president of Palestine, the leader of Palestine. And they were fighting war that you see today still going on against Israel. The organization that was funding, in addition to these countries I have mentioned, that were funding the liberation of South Africa to end the apartheid regime, was also an Israeli organization, heavily funding Mandela. At the same time, Mandela was in good terms with Arafat. When Mandela was invited to speak to the Congress, to the United States Congress, this question was thrown at Mandela. Is it the kind of country you are fighting for in South Africa? Is that Gaddafi is your model, Arafat is your model, Castro of Cuba is your model? Is that the kind of leadership you want to bring to South Africa? That was the question that they asked Mandela in front of thousands of people. And Mandela answered them and said, you know, your problem is that you want your enemy to be our enemy. There can be bad people to you, but they have stretched and sent the hands of friendship to us. And we accepted them. And they have financially supported the movement for the liberation of the South African people from the apartheid. Financially and weapon, they supply weapon to Mandela ANC, or CNC, whatever they called. The weapon they used to fight against the apartheid regime in South Africa came from Gaddafi, Castro, and Arafat. Mandela did not say, oh, because they are enemy of America, I am not going to have a relationship with them. Because they are enemy of the West, we are not going to have a relationship. It was actually what facilitated the end to apartheid regime in South Africa. Biafra, we are doing it today. We are going to even be more than what Mandela did. So when you come across those idiots, those never do well, those buffoons who have wasted their years and have nothing to offer, those who Nigeria have killed their career, those who Nigeria have destroyed their future, and they are hopeless and senseless. When you meet them and see them on social media talking about Simon Ekpa supporting Niger Republic, tell them in their face that they are big fools. We are going to support any African nation that summon courage to fight against colonization. The neo-colonialism, that is the problem we're having today. And we will support any nation that rise up to fight against them. And for that reason, Biafra people are giving their support to this Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and any other African nation that will rise up. I want them to understand they should not even bother themselves about fighting Nigeria in Niger Republic. We are going to fight them from inside. Biafra will fight them from inside. Niger Republic must do everything to provoke Nigeria to send military to their land. I want you, if you know anybody from Niger Republic today, please tag them. We want Niger Republic to do everything to provoke Nigeria, provoke ECOWAS for them to send military to their land, especially the Nigerian army. We want that to happen as soon as possible. I want to inform you that the ultimatum by the ECOWAS, the corrupt and the senseless ECOWAS, has expired. And of course, They are delaying the military intervention because of Biafra. But you know what? It is still going to come. So our support, without any apology to anybody, goes to any African countries that have risen up against this evil, this new modern slavery. How can you have natural resources like crude oil and people are dying of hunger? How can you have crude oil and you don't have a drinking water? How can you have crude oil? You don't have good hospital. How can you have crude oil? You don't have good road. How can you have good oil? Crude oil, you don't have job. How can you have crude oil and everybody is jobless and people are dying out of poverty? But those who you vote to represent you are making billions every month. That is something that must end. And it is only Biafra that is going to solve it. And the way to solve this problem is for you to understand that you must support Biafra. You must support Biafra. You must support Niger Republic. You must support Mali. You must support Burkina Faso. It beats my imagination that some people who claim to be educated, living in the Western world, will be against the so-called military junta. This is not about military junta. It's about kicking out these corrupt criminals who parade themselves in natives, and they are just being puppets to those who come to our land, exploit our natural resources, kill our women and children without minding the future generation. And the only thing they care about is the natural resources. I'll tell you today, in Nigeria, for example, Biafra land produce oil. The oil is serving Europe. The oil is serving America. The oil is serving United Kingdom. But Nigeria cannot travel to all these countries that are benefiting from the oil without being molested, harassed at the airport. There is nothing. The oil goes to every part of this world visa-free. Visa-free. You do not need visa to carry crude oil from Biafra land. But you, as a Nigerian that you are, you can't even get a visa to travel without being subjugated to all manner of degrading treatment in the name of visa interview. United Kingdom milking our oil free of charge. America taking our oil free of charge. Almost free of charge. If you come from the area where the Biafra have their oil that Nigeria is using to propel their economy today, you will never get visa. What kind of injustice is that? I want you to tell me what kind of injustice and how long will you live in this kind of injustice? That the only thing that is good for them is your natural resources, but not you. While Biafrans has paid the biggest price to continue to keep Nigeria one for the benefit of the West and America. They don't care when Nigeria slaughter us. The same thing is going on in Niger Republic. It is only a satanic person, a demonic person that will not support Niger Republic. Any person that comes from Nigeria and you say you are a Nigerian and you do not support Niger Republic, you are more than devil. Because what they are doing today, you can't do it. You complain of everything. You complain of currency. You complain of your money. You complain of water. You complain of food. You complain everything. You complain. And you don't know where your problem is coming from. Problem is coming from the fact that the United Kingdom continue to control Nigeria from London. You want to be a president in Nigeria, you go to Chantan House to make a debate for you to be verified. Now you are qualified to be a Nigeria president. You go there and debate. Are you going to be the president of the United Kingdom? Why would the president, somebody who is contesting to be the president of Nigeria, will go to United Kingdom to debate? Have you ever seen where such thing is happening? Some of you are not asking yourself questions. And once the person appears in Chantan House, they'll start praising him. Oh, he appeared in Chantan House. He appeared in Chantan House. Why are you going to Chantan House to debate on the issue of how you are going to become a president in Nigeria? Because they don't care about us. They care about our resources. They care about our oil. They care about our coal. They care about all the things we have, but they don't care about us. They don't care about our life. Today, if you tell them people are dying in Biafra land, nobody cares. Nobody. We know how many places we've written. We know all the cases we filed here and there. United Nations here and there, of course. And it is good we did it. That's why some of us have put our heart at the back. Make sure we do everything to liberate Biafra. At the end of the day, you are going to praise us. I've said it several times. It is not the name you call me today that matters, but the name you are going to call me in 10 years' time. All of you that are running your mouth, thinking you are insulting me or insulting the movement, you are going to be the one to teach your children the history, what we have done. In 10 years' time, some of you that are 50 years today, you will be on your diapers, telling your children and your grandchildren how Simon Ekpa did it. You know, during the time of India liberation, fighting that Gandhi led India to liberate themselves from this same British. Everybody knows the system, how it works. Gandhi said, Mahatma Gandhi, he said, first, they ignore you. Today, they ignored me. For the past 2 years, they have been ignoring me. Gandhi said, the second phase to freedom fighting is then they laugh at you. I am telling you people that for you to be successful freedom fighter and liberate your people, you must study the country you want to liberate your people from. You must know them. You must also know history and take some things from others who have liberated themselves, drawing from what you are doing and how you are going to liberate your people. You see, what works for other people may not work for you. So you must know the exact way and template that works for you. And we have now mastered the one that works for us. How we are going to destroy Nigeria and liberate Biafra. And we are applying it, and it is working very fine. First, they ignore you. They have ignored me. Then, second, they will laugh at you. They have laughed at me. At least for the past 1.5 years ago, they were ignoring me. They were laughing at me. Then they will fight you. And then after that, they start fighting me. When they find out that this person, this small boy, is no longer something to be ignored, they started fighting me. And Gandhi said, after they fight you, you are going to win, and the freedom will come. We are now at the third stage of the liberation of Biafra, which is they are fighting us. That is why they have bought all these people you see today parading themselves as lawyers. And each time they come, we defeat them even before they start. They tell you sit at home is destroying the economy. Yes, that is the reason why we have to destroy the economy. Whose economy is being destroyed? The government economy. When they tell you it is destroying your economy, ask yourself, how have the sit at home removed the money from your bank account as a Biafran today? I want to ask you, how have this sit at home removed the money in your bank account? It doesn't remove any money in your account, but it is not adding to the government. At least you can agree with me, they themselves have done the research. and they have lost about $12 billion for the past 2 years. And these 2 weeks sit at home is going to hit them harder. Yet, they continue to parade themselves, do propaganda on social media. Nobody is sitting at home. Oh. Why are you then talking? Why are you complaining if nobody is sitting at home? I told you all the propaganda will rise, but they are going to fall, and they have failed even before they started. So the reason why we are in solidarity with all this nation is for you to know that any nation that is against Nigeria is our friend, whether they agree or not. Once you are against Nigeria, you are automatically a friend of Biafra. Because we don't want anybody that is romancing Nigeria, we can't trust them. I welcome you all to this space. I'm going to have like 30 minutes question and answer. So my co-host, over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Buago, Ambassador of Peace. And before the revolutionaries in Africa started, you have already prepared them, giving them the boosts to their military might and whatsoever. And I'll tell you that Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and Guinea are doing what they are doing today because they're listening to you. And you must keep saying it and keep talking it. It is yielding fantastic results, and there's nothing the enemies can do about it. On this note, I will say good evening, fellow Biafrans, fellow compatriots, wherever you are listening and joining this space from all over the world. This is the 7th day of August in the year of our Lord 2023, and the kick-starting of our phase 2 of these 2 weeks sit at home. And my utmost respect and salute goes to fellow Biafrans back home for their resoluteness today to destroy that very edifice they call economic or whatever of the East. I thought by today they will line up people and start sharing money, and never did that. And today the street was empty. As instruction was given yesterday by our PM that no. I will say that we are at the final phase, and we must get it right this time. So, PM, thank you very much. Thank you. We are solidly behind you wherever you take us to, Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, Guinea, anywhere, anybody that is supporting what you are doing, we are solidly behind you. And there is no question, nobody will ask you any questions as regard to this, because you have led us in the right path, and we can never believe, and we have never visualized that you are going to lead us into the wrong path. So we are following you, and we keep on following you. Thank you very much. And my fellow co-host, our able minister of, member of the media board and information, Mazi 24, Ugo, unmute yourself and address fellow Biafrans why you accept people to come in. I am here to take down those who have asked their questions and spoken. And remember, we have a limited time of not less than 30 minutes from now. Then we'll shut down this very space. Thank you, Mazi, and good evening from here.
Yeah, thank you so much, my brother. Success. And my Prime Minister, thank you so much. And I respect you so much. And you are welcome this evening once again, every one of us that are here today. All of you that have your questions, you are free to come here. Just ask questions, please. Ask questions. Don't come here and give us suggestions or greetings. We are tired of getting those greetings. Ask those questions you ask by you go to sideways and ask. Come here and ask them. Thank you so much, my Prime Minister. I greet you once again.
Yeah, Mazi, you will be in charge of this space and bring people in to ask their questions. I will be here to take them out whenever they are finished with their questions.
Okay. Ben Shooks, please unmute yourself. You have just one question to ask, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, my PM, for all your resilient work. My question or concern is, with all indications of what is happening now, we can see that most of our problem is our people. When are you going to give final warning or final push to all Biafrans that are in military or paramilitary or place to resign automatically? So if they don't, then when we see them tomorrow, then we tag them as our number one enemies. Thank you.
Everybody in Biafra land wearing Nigeria military is the enemy of Biafra. We don't care who you are. That particular call has been made many times, many years. So if you are in Biafra land today wearing Nigeria army uniform, you are the enemy, and the way we get you, you go down. You are the reason why we have arms and ammunition. So anybody in Biafra land wearing Nigeria army uniform is our enemy. Thank you. I believe that I've answered you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Please, if you have any question to ask, kindly raise your hand so you can unmute yourself and ask the question. Please raise your hands. Raise your hands. We want to see hands up. We want to see hands up, please. Does it mean that nobody wants to ask questions? Massive success. Massive success. I can see some people requesting.
Yeah.
You have to first of all accept them when they request for a mic. You give them mic, and then after that they can have the opportunity to raise their hand.
Success, can you hear me?
Ugo, you have to first of all accept those who have requested. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Add them as speakers. Those
Hello,
people that have
Mazigo, did you hear me?
speak.
Yes, I hear you. I hear you very well.
Mazigo is no longer there, and
no, I'm hearing you. Mazigo is here. I'm hearing you. All of you.
all right.
You are all
okay, let me take his place now.
And your own network is not even stable, sources.
Okay. Right. We have Paul. Paul or we have Ifeanyi. Please, if you want to ask questions, raise your hand and ask your question. Okay. Awimbumi, you are free. Unmute yourself and ask the question.
What else? You bring in. Ifeanyi, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All right,
here.
go ahead.
My PM.
Go ahead.
My PM, good evening from here. I salute you for all the things that you are doing for us. I really don't have any question to ask you because the prototype that you're using to bring Biafra to us is very glaring to us. So I don't really have any question for you, but to say that anywhere you are going, we are following back to back. We are not going back one bit to this Biafra liberation that you are leading. We are not going to back down. Any nation that stretches hands of fellowship to you, accept it. It doesn't matter who, if it is this North Korea or whatever their name is, even China. So long as they will lead us to Biafra, we are going with them. That is the only thing I want to say, my PM. And may Elohim continue to bless and guide you in everything you do. Thank you so much, sir.
You say, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's exactly what we are doing. We don't care who you are. Once you support us, that's it. And I want everybody to understand that anybody fighting for freedom, Igbo people used to say, Anahe Janyocha, Aga Sabat. Thank you.
All right, Mazugo, are you there? Then go ahead. Go ahead, Mazugo, if you are there.
Okay, I won't be me.
It's like he's having difficulties in his. audio. Okay, let me bring in Awebini. Awebini, please unmute yourself. Then go ahead with your question. 60 seconds, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my great people. And good evening to all of you and to the Prime Minister, Biafran Republic in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I share in the same profession with you. And I was also an active service member in the Nigerian army. And because of what happened, what they wanted to use me to do in Southern Kaduna, I voluntarily retired from them in 2004. I had the opportunity to speak to you when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, was still outside sensitizing our people. Mine is not a question, but I am here in line with our comradeship. I would tell you to continue with what you are doing. In our military profession, there is what we call friendly enemy forces. And when you look, when I listened to you when you spoke early morning of today, I saw the zeal to work with anybody that is fighting for the liberation of their people. And that is what Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Conakry, that I worked together in Sierra Leone and Liberia are doing today. There is a common denominator that is, brings us together, and that is freedom. Irrespective of their religious inclination, ethnic or whatever, as long as they are fighting for the freedom of their people, we have something in common with them. And I support you wholeheartedly with the decision you have taken on behalf of the Biafran people. And I say, may God, Chukwokika Biama, the creator of heaven and earth, to be with you and be with our leader in DSS John John. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much for that powerful disposition. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, brother. And that is it. You don't need to be dormant in this. You need to be active until you die before you can say you have retired. Otherwise, every time we are in active service. So keep it up, make some necessary contacts, and ask some necessary questions to be part of this very glorious movement, especially the wave of freedom in Africa. So thank you very much. 3 people are raising hand. Emeka, please unmute yourself. Go straight to your questions, no accolade, please.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay. So given that we know that just about every individual, for the most part, we're aware of the Biafra plight, we're aware of the struggle. Most people from the Southeast. And if you were to do an assessment, it's very, very likely that, a lot of people are conscious of Biafra, right? But with the current sit-at-homes, my question, and it's coming in a second, since we know that the sit-at-homes are giving a result in a sense of it's creating attention towards the main objective, which is to the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, right? But with that, we're seeing disgruntled citizens from the Southeast, right? Ndibo and Debayin, right? So given that already 1 week sit at home has caused so much chaos in different situations, wouldn't 2 weeks sit at home create even more chaos? The objective, isn't it, for the stability of the Southeast? Isn't it for the peace of the Southeast? Isn't the objective of this whole movement not to hinder or create more disgruntled situations in the Southeast? Isn't it just for peace and productivity of Divine? So I think a 2 weeks at home is pretty extensive. Is there a different approach or a different strategy that you have thought of recently that can be adopted and substituted instead of doing a full 2-week at home, sit at home? Because it seems as though the common man in the Southeast, or the common people in the Southeast, are the ones that are receiving more disgruntled results from extensive sit at homes. So my question is there another approach or strategy that you plan to implement, or that you think the group can implement and substitute for sit at home?
Thank you very much. First of all, let me correct the impression that people are complaining in the Southeast. The people you see sounding like broken record are the Nigeria agent within the Southeast, and it is normal. But real Biafrans are the one you see sitting at home and they're not complaining, because they know what they have suffered for the past 50 years. And so 2 weeks sit at home cannot equate to the suffering of 50 years, including those that have died and sacrificed their life. It is part of it. And I don't not understand why people will be wanting for freedom and be fighting for freedom, and you think that you are not going to suffer or pay any price for it. Do you understand what Niger Republic is going through and what is happening there? Don't you see how the entire country and citizens are jubilating, backing up the military junta? Are you not seeing what is happening in Ukraine? So what if we declare war today as the only, since it is going to be the last option we're going to take? Are you going to talk about what people are complaining in the Southeast? The answer is no. You see, we are not moved by those complaining. Those complaining are those that will vote against Biafra in referendum. And we have identified them. So they can cry and cry us a river, we don't care. These are the people that will vote against the referendum of Biafra. And we have to start dealing with them now. By ignoring them, they can shout from heaven to earth and nobody cares. The Biafra people knows what they are going through. They know what they have suffered in Nigeria, and they know for you to get a freedom, there is a price you must pay. It is either a price of throwing bomb here and there, or a price of civil disobedience sitting at home, or other price that may follow. For now, there are other civil disobedience that we're going to enact in the coming weeks or months, but 2 weeks has come and gone. So I don't know why people are, I don't know why the Nigerians in South, I call them Nigerians in the Southeast. There are very few of them. They are not even up to 1%. That's why when they will make noise on social media, because some of them have access to the internet. When the time comes for them to come out, you don't see them because they are less than 1%. You understand what I'm saying? So do not listen to people that are talking on social media because they have access to social media. The Biafran people, the majority of the Biafran people that are making the impact at home don't even have access to internet. That's why today, for example, everywhere is locked down. You don't see those people making noise on the street. You can see them because they are less than 1%. So because of Nigerians, some of them that are collecting money from politicians are shouting about our sit at home, shouldn't be a reason why we should be listening or even worried about them. Because we know what freedom fighting is all about. And we know the price that you can pay to get freedom. So that's why when some of you are shouting about, oh, it is too much, people are dying, oh, it doesn't move us. Because I know what I'm doing. You can only complain and complain. At the end of the day, you must obey us. Because the majority of Biafra people are supporting what we are doing and have agreed. So you cannot see a city in a city where you have 2 million people and only you will come out. Your head will go small. So after you come out in the street and you see where you have 2 million people every Monday and you don't see anybody, are you going to stand on the street alone? So you are forced to sit back. That's what is going on. If we have our referendum today, those people shouting about sit at home will be the one to vote against it. So we know them. And it is normal. Everybody must not support the Biafra struggle. But what I'm saying is that the Biafra people are very pleased with what we are doing. And let me correct you also. It is not only about the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because that is what the Nigeria want you to do. The Nigeria kidnap him, want you to start to leave the Biafra and start fighting about his release. So we are using one stone to kill two birds. The sit at home, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is one of the demands that we are making. So let me correct that. For those who will say it is only for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, no, because that is what the Nigerian government wants you to do. To abandon the Biafra and start talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone. but we understand their game very well. And that is why they are not very comfortable with me. That's why they are now having sleepless nights, running from here and there, because they know I understand what I'm doing. So it is not about only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are using this stone, this one stone, to kill many birds. And in the coming days, after these 2 weeks at home, which will end on Monday, next Monday, you are going to pay attention to us, because we are coming out with a new strategy and a new civil disobedience that will be announced later. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for that questions you answered very, very correctly. And I will say, in Africa, I don't know how people reason. You are on Twitter, and you know that this is not 20th century, this is not 19th century, this is 21st century. 21st century. The only way to conduct a census to know actually if people are complaining is to put up a poll on your wall and see the number of votes you are going to have against or for the seat at home. Just like what they are doing between Joe Biden and Donald Trump or any other contestant in the Republican Party. They will put up a poll to know who is complaining and who is not complaining. This complaint, people are complaining. Who are the people complaining? Is it the people that own the shop that we are locked down today, or the people that never own any shop in Southeast that are complaining? These are mad people everywhere. So PM has given you the answer, and that's all, and that's just it. Nobody is complaining. Everybody is joyfully waiting for the arrival of our nations and arrival of our leader. And he will come out because of what we are doing. Otherwise, somebody want to use our leader to exchange the kingship in Afaruku-Ibeku, which will not work. Nnamdi Kanu remain the head, apparent heir to the throne of Afaruku-Ibeku, and he will be the king there. Nobody will replace him. And this is their games. All this is a part of their games that they are playing. So we are wiser now. Thank you very much, Emeka. Thank you for your questions. And I will bring in Paul Nnemeka. Go straight to your questions. Paul Nnemeka, go straight to your question.
Am I coming out clear? Good
Loud
evening,
and clear. Go ahead.
Good evening, PM. Good evening, Biafrans. I have a couple of questions for my PM. The first question is how can we accept many of this professionalism in credentials from zoo to work in Biafra when Biafra is restored? Second question is, do we have a joint? You can answer that if you want, but if you can't, if you don't want, you can leave it. But do we have a joint marine, like exercise? I'm sorry, not like exercise, like a joint marine work with Amazonia region? Because we can see that the way the war is escalating very fast now. Aircraft carriers, troops are trooping in Niger, and a lot of things is going on so fast. So another question is that is it not right time also to start advising our people at home to start storing food? And my fourth question is, would it be nice also to start promoting something like African Liberation Army against this colonial so-called ECOWAS army, ECOMOG? Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, let me take it from the last one, the BLA against ECOMOG. There is nothing like ECOMOG now. Okay? There is nothing like ECOMOG. The days of ECOMOG is gone. And the ECOWAS has collapsed. As I'm talking to you today, there is nothing like ECOMOG. That's why the potency of ECOWAS is gone. Do you understand that they have given ultimatum and they are deceiving themselves after the elapse of the after the ultimatum have expired? They are claiming that Italy is calling for an extension. Is it Italy that is going to now call ECOWAS to extend their own ultimatum? Is it Germany that is now controlling ECOWAS that is going to now tell ECOWAS when to extend their ultimatum. Have you ever seen where ECOWAS called the European Union and tell them extend the sanction on Russia? Or do not ultimatum to Russia, or please don't do it, extend it. Have you ever seen anything like that? It is happening right now. ECOWAS is gone and gone for good. Because these people are stooge. All they are is the enablers of the people that are destroying Africa. So there is nothing like ECOMOG. ECOMOG is gone and dead. And remember that when during the ECOMOG, Nigeria was the strong nation then that supported and have the strong force of ECOMOG. So it is gone and gone for good. The number third question being the whether we have some kind of exercise with Ambazonia on our waterways and all that. I want to tell you that our alliance with Ambazonia is all inclusive. And you know that a few weeks ago, we have, went into negotiation and meeting with Ambazonia to renegotiate and strengthen the alliance of Biafra and Ambazonia. And you know that during the Biafra war, Ambazonia border was used by Nigeria to effectively enact the blockade against Biafra. It was because of the Ambazonia border that was used. If not, they wouldn't have succeeded. So today, that particular area has been secured by Biafra people, and we are in collaboration and alliance with Ambazonia, both military-wise and both in Navy and all, and it is called All-Inclusive Alliance. We share intelligence and back each other, both in arms and all that. So it is all-inclusive. That particular area is therefore secured and sealed. Then the issue of credentials from those that come from Nigeria. I want you to understand that the Education Department of the Biafra Republic Government in Nigeria, which will now, after immediately Biafra is restored, will now transit to the educational sector of the Biafra government, will have aptitude tests. You must go through aptitude tests for those coming with Nigeria credential, because they are all fraud. Credentials say go with ego. We are going to subject everybody to test. You are going to have aptitude tests to some extent before you are going to be given the right job or the right title, as the case may be. Our educational standard will be the same like in the West. Today, if you are in Nigeria, you travel to London or to Europe here, even the country that doesn't speak English, you'll be subjected to aptitude test. If you come from Nigeria to Finland to study, you are going to take tests. Finland does not speak English. We're going to take tests of English as a foreign language. Apart from that, to know that you are not Lai Mohammed, that you are who you say you are. So we are going to make sure that everybody coming from Nigeria with any credential will be subjected to aptitude test. Thank you.
Sorry, please. There's one more question I didn't address. The storage of food.
The storage of food is something that we are not supposed to be announcing storage of food now. Things are unfolding and people are knowing. Don't need to come online and start shouting storage of food, store your food, store your food. Everybody is following what is going on. Even people in the village, they have more information than you. So we don't need to start telling people store food and store food and store food.
Okay, thank you.
Something that naturally everybody should know that.
I think I'm done. Yeah.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you very much. And Mazi Emeka, your question has been answered, and glory be to Chukwu Kabiama for that. So, PM, I don't know our time, because you said 30 minutes you are going to be here, and right now we have spent more than 20 minutes. So
we can take more. We can take more. No problem.
All right.
Mazi Success, can I come in?
No, hold on. Raise your hand if you wish to talk, please.
Yeah, it's Sashikeze.
Okay. Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Protocol duly observed. My greetings, PM. You are doing a very good job. And my question is, I want to know because I'm equally a miner in the zoo, and all parts of the north have been there. I understand Hausa 100%. I want to know because even the Chinese investors and everybody that mine there, they don't pay most of their what we call internally generated revenue. They pay to the kings of that place, or equally the chiefs, and they make lots of money with the taxes they pay in mining. Now, my question is, or opinion, when are you going to impose serious sanction and taxes to most of these oil company mining and taking crude oil from Biafra land? Instead of bombing their pipeline, why won't you tax them? They must pay because you make references to Niger, how they are pushing away some of these Western powers away from their resources, and this crude oil is our resources. So now they understand who is who now in Biafra land, and equally they're observing the protocol of shutting down operation. As outside the protocol of shutting down operation, at least they should do the needful. Give them a taxes of what they should pay you monthly as the bona fide owners of the land. If they can obey the instruction of shutting operation, they equally should obey the instruction of paying taxes. If they want to divide the taxes into two, one for the zoo and one for us, acceptable. Instead of not just shutting down, but equally doing the needful. Because I've been in the north, most of the Chinese, they pay taxes to the kings and equally to the chiefs, and they're making a lot of millions in dollars, not just here. So why can't we do the same in Biafra liberation and get most of these finances we need from people mining, milking the land? So that's my contribution. Equally to appreciate you for your good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and your contribution is noted. It is not just about stopping them from oil exploitation, because I call it exploitation. People say oil exploration. I call it exploitation. But the government of Biafra, the reason why that has not happened yet is because the inauguration of the de facto government is still ongoing. And as soon as we are done with that, the Biafra government will come with a well-packaged plan of what is going to happen to them. But we have said it before, we will create business enabling environment for all oil companies. And we are going to have offer that is better and better secured than what they see today in Nigeria. Biafra is going to do that. So they are better off with Biafra than in Nigeria. And those people that are going to disobey us will regret ever coming to that land. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, well noted. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Chika, for that, and thank you, Prime Minister, for your swift response. We will move on to one. Please unmute yourself. Go straight to your questions. Then this is the time to ask a very intelligent questions about Africa alliance, because some of you will have been saying before now, how many countries in Africa do Prime Minister talk to? Now you have seen the effect of his words and broadcast in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Guinea, and recently in Niger. And many more countries are yet to join. I'm telling you the truth, there will be a lot of queues in West Africa and other part of Africa in recent weeks to come. So this is the time to ask intelligent questions and about the wave of liberation in Africa and what causes it. Is as a result of accumulated broadcasts from our PM, because he does not broadcast like a normal civil servant. He broadcasts like a military person, and the military got the message, and this is what it has resulted to. So you have to go to your straight to your question. One is having a challenges with his microphone. Capital Oyo, can you unmute yourself? 60 seconds and go straight to your question.
Okay, my brother, success, I agree. I think I'm coming out clear.
Loud and clear, go ahead.
My Prime Minister, I agree Good evening from here. I want to appreciate everyone. You are doing great. My first question is, 3 days ago, there was a news from Punchline, Africa, about the loss of appeal, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had in UK. I never heard it from any of all these. Is it Irats and even the brother or the lawyer? None of them commented on it. Everybody just focused on sit at home. So I wanted to ask, does it mean that news is it fake news? That's the first question I want to ask. The second one is, earlier yesterday, I think, or today, there was a kidnapping video I saw in Enugu. I want to ask, does it mean that all those security they are saying that they are bringing up in Anambra State, are they not doing anything? All those what is his name? Oba security. What is he doing? And also since today I've been checking on the internet, I haven't seen any news broadcaster talk about the sit at home today, that as they said that it's Empowerment Day. They never go outside today to check the environment. All of them just went mute because they noticed that the sit at home today was successful.
It shocked them.
So today, none of them broadcast about sit at home today. So I wanted to ask, does it mean that maybe they went on strike, or I don't? These 3 questions is just my simple questions. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. I want to tell you that the sit at home shocked them. You know, so if they had come out and they see movement, you'll be seeing them. Oh, this one is broadcasting from Onitsha, Ibweze. Oh, this one is from Opiweka. We are live. You see BBC. Oh, I am Ekpa. And the man of small. This one from Enugu, but because it shocked them. They know that Biafra land, even cockroach did not move today. And so they did not come out. That is one. The issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court in the United Kingdom, these are the more you look, the less you see. Criminals. I was the one who posted it after the Punchline. Have you seen where they come to debunk it? They know that they were just chasing clout. The only thing that is going to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out is what we are doing. Nothing else. And some of them have collected money. I remember when this criminal called Aloy Ejimako contacted me and started, spinning me like a woman. I told him, I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to send message to Onyendu. He said, no. Don't send message. No. Don't even discuss it with anybody. Just trust me. Oh my God. He said, just trust me. Don't discuss it with anybody. Ha! I said, do you put something in the mouth? Did they give you something to put in your mouth? And you come to tell me, don't discuss it with anybody. Don't send anybody to Onyendu. Don't do this and do that. And after that, I blocked him. He has collected money, because I know very well that he collected money from Enugu governor. And all of them are no longer fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have collected and they eat the forbidden fruit. So everybody is running kata how to deliver. Because if you don't deliver, they will kill you. And that is why all of them, their life is in danger, including Aloy Ejimako. And the Nigeria people, these politicians that paid him, are going to kill him at the end of the day. Believe me, they have done it to many now. Kedu, who is he? They will deal with him. Because you can't take their money and go free. That's why I have told him, go and return the money. The people that paid him to come and fight sit at home, and now he did not deliver, they will go after him. And then later on, he will come and say Biafrans are threatening him. Why the people who pay him money are threatening him? As I'm talking to you now, they don't answer his calls again. and I'm aware of it. So when the news came, they refused to announce it because they know they were never genuine. They know it is all fake. The other one, or is it the other one who called himself the brother, who knows that Mazina Mekano was kidnapped in Kenya and kept quiet? Is that the one that you want to follow now or want to believe? All these people are criminals, thinking that Mazina Mekano will not come out again. The issue of any Wuku, I have not seen it. But let me inform you that earlier, before now, we have seen videos of kidnapping by the Ifeanyi security outfit. And I posted that video a few days ago where they captured one of the security of Ifeanyi, where he kidnapped somebody, and they came with the Nigeria police to come and arrest him. So they are the one doing the kidnapping in Anambra State today. And I also played the audio of a woman that her child was kidnapped by the same people. And I was asking questions. Where are the security camera? Security camera on how as in there make kidnapping. And nobody have answered that question. So if you see any kidnapping today in Anambra, it is being done by Ifeanyi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. And today, I think because you gave an instruction, I will never go to that area. But I'm telling them that they should return back to whoever that is giving them the. I know DSS is not involved in this because even the DSS are scared. But wherever the hotel that they are using for this concussion, they should go back there and tell themselves that today, all the arrangements, all the economic idiots who had them put up, all the letters they have written have all failed because the spirit of Biafra has possessed everybody and the wave of freedom is everywhere, all over. Very soon Nigeria will be rounded. I'm telling you, Nigeria will be rounded and they will not have anything. Already Biafra is already occupying them and the Mali is already blocking them. Chad is already blocking them. They will not have any breathing space. We are going to deal with Nigeria, and after we deal with them, they are going to let us go in tears. So that is our promise. And fellow Biafrans, let us stand with our Prime Minister. He's a good man. He says he's a good guy, and he's really the good guy. So if you have a question, raise your hand, and let us go into this. If you are not part of this freedom exodus, it means you are of Satan and a reproach to the people of Africa and to the people of Biafra. So you need to come in to this very ship that started as an autopiloted ship and now have metamorphosed into a government that is being respected and listened to by government of the world. So if you are not among us, then you are missing a lot. Evan Nwafo, unmute yourself, then go straight to your questions. Chukwu come and bless you. Are you there? Evan Nwafo, are you there? If you are not there, then Simon.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, I can hear you right now.
I only just wanted to show an appreciation to Mr. Prime Minister. You know, I'm really happy, and Biafrans are really happy with the great job Okukabiyama is using him to do for us. And with him, our freedom is really guaranteed. So I requested of him to keep it up. The Lord is his strength, and we're moving. Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
All right, your accolades and your greetings has been taken by the Prime Minister, and here we move. Simon Ekpa Uzochukwu, unmute yourself, then straight to your questions.
Thank you, Master Success. I greet you, and I throw my special greetings to our Prime Minister, Odogu Kareru Odogu. I greet you. I don't have much questions. I really want to appreciate our Prime Minister and ask him just towards these people that have that are bent on their heart in kicking against what we are doing, from all nooks and crannies that surround us when we come out to talk about this, even despite the wave of the things that are happening, the ship of things that are taking place. And yes, some of them are still bent on speaking stupid things from their mouth, and they kicking against what we are doing in terms of recognizing what we are doing and supporting and becoming part of it. They kick against it vehemently. Where and what tight corner shall we put to them? Shall we put them when Biafra comes? That one is what burns in my heart. Where shall we put them? What tight corner shall we put them on? What situation shall we put them? And on the other hand, because it burns my heart when I speak to people, especially those of them that comes from this place where Ifeanyi comes from, stupid as they are, they tell you, Pete, this guy is their god, is their goddess, and he is a god to them. It breaks my heart. What body bag? Oh, sorry. Let me not say body bag. What situation shall we put them into when Biafra comes? And two, I want to quickly say that the freedom of African countries, which is blossoming everywhere. I want to say that this kickoff was kicked off earlier 2015 when Mazin and Kano began this crusade, and he was on it sensitizing the countries and African countries, especially those of them, the black men. He will always say, "Ndishoji, when will you rise up and come out of this bondage of slavery?" And he was speaking and hammering on it till he was sold out. And lucky enough, the Lord raised himself a Joshua, whom is in the person of our Prime Minister, who picked up the baton and continued speedily where Mazin and the Kano stopped. And the sensitization began to eat deep into African countries, which has reproduced effective results on these countries that are lined out, that has taken their freedom out of this new stupid colonialism by force. And now the result is effectively seen all over the place, which Niger Republic is part of them, and which we are coming out, and which we will be the mother of these eventualities and events taking place now. I want to say and doff my cap for the Prime Minister. Your message has sunk deep into the whole world. The whole world has heard about you. Keep on, carry on, and fire down. The Lord is with you. Elohim shall keep you until Biafra is achieved and beyond. Thank you, sir. Mazi.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. Success will have 5 minutes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. And in these 5 minutes, we will have two speakers.
I'm sorry, he asked what we are going to do to those who
exactly, sir,
sabotaging this struggle. You see, let us not waste our time in addressing what we're going to do to them. Let us get the freedom first.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And these 5 minutes, I'm dedicating to two persons, if there is any. Otherwise, we start winding down because of issues. I believe Biafrans are already enlightened. So we may not be accumulating a lot of such questions as possible, because everywhere in Biafra land is enlightened. And people are listening to you wherever. And those who are not live now may listen later. And your message will be taken, including all African countries. So who are the lucky two persons that are going to speak to our Prime Minister? Because everyone here on the microphone have all spoken. Niger is a very practical example of liberation. Mali is a home of liberation. Burkina Faso is there and championed by Biafra. So this is our stance. Any country that will wake up to liberate themselves from the white neo-colonialism, we are very much ready to assist such persons. We have all the human capitals and we have all the natural resources. By His grace, Biafra will be the king of Africa, not as Nigeria that is corrupting the entire system, bringing old men of 90 years plus to be in the system, defiling the youths and incapacitating them from doing what they are born to do. Here is Biafra, led by young bloods, young visionaries, and Biafra is triggering a revolution across Africa. Thank you, Prime Minister, for being in charge of this. God knows that this is the right time for you to emerge, and you are here. Thank you very much. And let us keep our faith alive in whatever is coming in Niger Republic. We got intel that they are now mobilizing military or personnel in Cameroon to attack the Niger Republic because it's a must done. The IMF threatening them that they are going to withdraw their aid if they refuse to attack Niger. And I'm telling you, if IMF remove aid from Nigeria, Nigeria is gone. There is nothing. They have nothing. They are no longer selling oil. They are not. Nobody is paying tax to them because of our sit-at-homes. We have economically destroyed them, and they can no longer do anything. This is why they are slaves to the IMF. If IMF cut off their funds, that is their end, and they will never allow this to happen. They will choose rather to go to war with Niger to be in good time with the IMF and other world's corrupt bodies that are degrading Africa. But I'm telling you, going to war with Niger is the end of Nigeria. So, Prime Minister, thank you very much for this space, and we love you and love your government and love whatever you are doing. And we pray the God of Chukwuka Biama, who is the maker of heaven and earth, the creator of Biafra, will protect you and all your cabinet. And the spirit of those that were killed in 67 and 70, and those who were even killed of recent, will back you up. Every mandate you bring in will be backed up by the power of the Spirit, which is what we are witnessing now. So everybody is enlightened now. Thank you for enlightening us. No much questions, and people are following up. Thank you very much. And I will say your closing remarks.
Thank you very much, Joseph, for that wonderful speech there. And of course, we continue again tomorrow. I thank you all for being part of this live space. And those of you who are not able to speak today, please, you may come early tomorrow and you are going to be given opportunity to ask questions. We are moving forward, and the sit at home continues tomorrow. Sit at home continue. From tomorrow, our sit at home will enter again. CKCs. Everybody in Biafra land understand that we don't want to risk anybody. We don't want to lose anybody to the Nigeria terrorist state. Sit at home continues till Friday. And we are going to make sure that we protect the life of our children and our women against these killers and invaders of our land. So the sit at home continues. And remember that the coming weekend remain our first government in exile fundraising, which there is a dragon, blue dragon, that will be auctioned that day. From here, from me, is good evening.
Mad people everywhere. Must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making
and you must listen to him. Very, very important.